Say that again. Oh,
said I got a beer.
Oh, I brought both. No worries. Good call though.
Awesome.
What's up, Lewis? All right, well, hello everybody. CoronaCast 4. We're here with Q and Jason Salas, but this is all, I'm alone. So actually, what might be cool is if these folks could actually, there we go, there's my people. I can see you there too.
Yeah.
What up, Lewis?
Social distancing.
Social distancing. Let me turn this down just a hair. There, we're with the people. Q's got some fly right. Jason, how are you doing? You took a leap of faith and got on a plane and went to Florida?
Yeah, I'm in Orlando right now.
Holy. How's it going there?
It's a little humid, not bad.
A lot of people out.
You know, it's crazy. It's like traffic everywhere. Nobody like stayed home. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they were having a problem with those beaches down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you took a leap of faith though, because the tickets were $34.
Sure. Yeah, there's like 20 people on the plane, so it wasn't too bad.
Oh, you're braver than I. I don't know if I'd do that.
Yeah.
So you're in Florida, Q. You got the fly right, doing it right. And we've gotten the news, right? I think you put that up there a couple hours ago that they're going to do the shelter in place effective at midnight tonight.
Yep.
That's the jam right now. So restaurants would still be able to serve food, though, I'm hearing, to go. Yes?
Yeah, it seems like from what I've got the whole thing right up here in front of me. In terms of like restaurant people and people being able to get out, I mean, it's not a real big change from where the status we've been in for the last, week. Other than you have to have a good reason to be out. I mean, if you're out and you're like, oh, I'm just going over to a friend's house, that's not okay, right? If you're out and you're going to go grab some food from a restaurant or from the grocery store, if you're going to go take care of somebody,
exercise,
walk your dog, go buy dog food. You can still go to Home Depot. You can still go to a lot of the businesses. It's just, I think now at this point, what the big difference is that if you were working in an office building somewhere, or you're just working somewhere else, a different, not your house. If it's a job that you can do from home, you need to go home. And basically they're saying those businesses, if it's only accessible from their office, and it's not like, again, that you don't work in the healthcare industry, the food industry, or some kind of supply chain support, you can't go out anymore. I mean, there's no reason for you to be out there.
What do you think about all that? So that sums it up. If you're going out, it's for food, it's for exercise, or it's to go to the doctor. I'm assuming you can, like in my situation, exchange a family member, something like that. Go to get a family.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, some things like that. What do you think? Because go ahead. What do you think?
I mean, my opinion is, I think it's a good thing. I think it's, honestly, it's still pretty. There's still a lot of options there to, have. I don't know. It doesn't seem that restricting. I think.
Well, it seems
I think
like
everybody's kind of already in.
Sorry. Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be too restrictive. I think people have already kind of been following this. I don't know a whole lot of people that have been going. I mean, I don't know. Have been going to hang out with other friends.
Right.
I think realize now it's like, no, for real, like you need to stay home. Like don't go out unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah. I mean, I was fortunate, not fortunate enough. I mean, in a way, when the restaurants kind of closed up and business came to a halt, I had nowhere to go anyway. So I just said, well, hell, I'm not going to go out. The few times I've gone out, each time it's gotten slowly more, like progressively a little bit more bizarre out there. Like I was at Costco to pick up an inhaler the other day, and they were making everyone, enforcing 6 feet away from each other. People were wearing masks, they were sanitizing things, and it felt like something out of a movie.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to limit the times I need to do that because it's getting weird out there. But so I've been saying that this is what they need to do all along. Because people who aren't sure, well, now we have some kind of direction. Some people need direction, like myself. So stay home, simply put. And how's your experience been with all this, like home life?
I mean, we're good. Laura and I, we've just been, trying to work out every day, walk the dogs. She's a teacher, so she got back to work yesterday, and she's trying to come up. They're doing a lot of online planning for classes that are going to be online. Yeah. They haven't announced it, and I don't know that I'm jumping the gun here, but I feel in my gut as the, and this is not sourced or anything, but I feel like they're going to announce pretty soon the AISD is going to be out for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a feeling about that too, which I am home. I mean, right now my daughter's in the other room. And I was like, you guys heard me when we started. And I've been telling her, she's like, yeah, I finally get to be here for a podcast. And I'm like, yes, you stay in the other room. But this is becoming interesting. I have to teach. She's in kindergarten, so I'm dealing with what do I, I'm not a teacher. But I'm like trying to recruit a teacher. Like there's a teacher across the street. I'm like, hey, are you bored? You want to teach my daughter? But there's things to do. There's things on the computer and whatnot. And Jason, you mentioned you're out in Florida to visit your girlfriend, yeah?
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. You yesterday you put together a little group on Instagram. You should definitely follow Q and include him in those kind of things. What were you working on there?
So I had a couple of small catering companies and like bakers and whatnot reach out to me and ask me what to do now. There's a lot of restaurants that have kind of like the opportunity to promote and kind of do something with what they have, but these smaller companies don't have that. Sure. And so I figured I would just kind of take it into my hands and reach out to as many influencers and bloggers as I could to help promote these small businesses who don't have the opportunity to promote themselves.
Okay.
In a way that could reach, to 1,000 people.
Yeah. How did you compile a list of some of these guys who are trying to still push business? Sorry.
Yeah. Need 2 small businesses that I'm working with, and about I think it's close to 35 to 40 influencers who are willing to promote people.
Well, good.
So I won't finish the list until probably the end of the week.
Okay.
The problem that's going on now is a lot of people are promoting restaurants and food trucks, and they're all doing it at once. So Instagram is just saturated with all these people promoting each other, and it all kind of just becomes blur. Some way to make it to where only certain people do it at certain times, and not just one company is focused on every single one of them that's on the list. Get someone to talk about them.
Ashley's asking me via text right now, so I'll just answer you. No, Ashley, there's no rhyme or reason to this. We're just doing these whenever. I need to get better about going live because, as you see, there's only 3 people viewing this, but they've been prompted by just us going live. If I tell people a day in advance, I'm sure there's a formula. Like anything, we just started doing the live stuff recently. Sorry to cut you off, Jason, but Chef Ashley, I want him. Well, sorry, Chef Ashley, who works for U.S. Foods now, who won't go by Chef Ashley. Whatever, Chef. You're always going to be Chef Ashley. So. Sorry, man. No, we'll get you on here. We can just do a phone call anytime. So, and you guys can all hear that accent. So you're working on a list, Jason, and yes, we'll continue to work on it. And obviously, like I just told Ashley, you guys can call in whenever, and we can just put these up there at will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Q, what were you? You were focusing earlier today on restaurants that may have had an abundance of product, and we've got a lot of people who are out of work right now. What's up, Jesse? Hey, Q. And
Sorry.
No. I'm saying hi to you because you have joined the chat. So what was this list you're working on? So this is people who have food. Go for it.
Yeah, so I had some people reach out to a friend of mine from a company here in Austin, and he was basically asking me, what do I know about who's available to, where can he take his extra food, and I think part of the issue right now is it's all kind of, I know a lot of companies had when they closed down, if they're not doing the takeout or curbside, they had extra food
right
already in their walk. It was prepped or just raw product.
Right.
I think that they're trying to figure out, well, what can I do with this? I don't want it to go bad. I'd rather be helping people. And specifically, he wanted to reach people that are in the service industry, which obviously makes sense for us.
Definitely.
But he just, he was just saying, like, who's doing it? And I think right now, again, it's kind of all a little disjointed. Everybody's just kind of, trying to take care of their people first, which I totally get because that's what we did at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
We gave away most of our food. We didn't have a lot of food on hand, but we gave away what we could to staff, let them take home stuff.
I need
and
coffee.
And the rest we gave. What's that?
I said I need coffee. Sorry.
No.
No, I'm sure that holds up though. No, yeah, doesn't it? A little bit.
Yeah, for the most part, and we'll see. We'll have to test it when we get back in.
Yeah.
It just depends on.
Did you hear what Brian from the Hideaway did? They took all their product and actually utilized it and made it into soups or salsas and froze it. So when they go, which is it's smart, but I like what this guy's thinking to provide it to somebody. Is it just him or are there other guys?
No, I think there's probably more than just him. I think he just reached out to me because he knows I have a lot of friends, but I think that, he just wanted to make sure that it was going to go somewhere, go to the right people, I guess.
Yeah.
Cause it's one thing you can always, donate to the food bank or Keep Boston Fed or any of those other organizations that are great. They're going to do what they can to help, get that food to people who need it.
Right.
But I think he just really wanted to focus on the service industry.
Good.
And so that's kind of where I started that conversation this morning with several other chefs and just asking hey, what do y'all think? What are y'all doing? What are y'all working on? And it's funny because one of the things that actually literally I hadn't talked to anybody in this group, but I saw on Facebook that Miriam Parker from Austin Food and Wine Alliance, she posted, and so did Jane Co from Taste of Cocoa and Jay Kim from Cilantro. And they're all getting together. They're doing what's going to be called the 100 for Hospitality, where they're going to be trying to feed 100 hospitality workers, so service industry, per day through some of these different restaurants: P. Terry's, Austin's Pizza, Old Thousand, Burro Cheese Kitchen, Peach Tortilla, Mezzimi Turkish Kitchen, Easy Tiger, Cilantro.
Yeah.
And they're going to be doing, my understanding is they're going to be going to one of each of these locations for 14 days is what it says. It starts March 30th, and they'll have food for 100 portions, I guess.
Nice.
And so you just show up. I don't know what kind of verification they'll have for those service workers, but they'll get some good meals from those guys. So that's a definitely honorable thing. And I hope that goes well. I think there's still other organizations that are taking donations, obviously cash. Southern Smoke is one of those.
Yeah. We've got links to Southern Smoke in the podcast description if you just want.
Yeah, so I think.
But it's as simple as Southern Smoke. Google that.
Yeah. I think it's just a matter of, again, getting that food and making sure it goes to the right places. And I think there's also a conversation of is it going to be prep food or non-prep food, raw product or what? But I think it starts in the right place, which is a really kind of uplifting notion that everybody's really interested in trying to help out.
Absolutely. Yeah, my thoughts initially when we're talking about food, unless they're making it and freezing it, it's like those like produce by the time this would, we'd be looking at it is the thought and the fact that you're going to get something. I mean, because you might not need it right now, but I don't know, when we start running out of money, for a lot of folks that might happen. You might need to look at this as an actual option. Skank and Chef, did anybody read that? Are you guys on the live feed? It's pretty cool. Yeah. Read that out loud. He's trying to set up a food kitchen for the elderly. Oh, and display service industry workers looking for people to donate food. Would like to connect with that person. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, there you go. Let's put him and setting up shop in a low-income senior citizen apartment building this week. Great, man. Well, stay in touch with us and hit up Q for this gentleman here. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
There we go.
Thank you for chatting.
Definitely. Jason, anything on your end? Sorry, we haven't seen you in a second there. You still there? Yeah. Slight delay. Jason, are you there?
I see him. He's got. He's muted.
Oh,
he might be. He's driving, so maybe he's doing something.
Okay.
But
I'm back. Sorry.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Just making sure. Oh, I got you. You're. Thank you for muting it like that. But you got anything you want to chime in there? I want to let you guys know something.
So
yeah.
A lot of restaurant groups are adding a lot of like miscellaneous products to their orders. So if somebody orders like a family meal, throw in other items that they have just to get rid of it. So to go along with what y'all were saying about getting rid of other products.
Yeah.
Another thing I was Taco Deli partnered with Hardee's Produce. Hardee's is actually one of our groups, but they were doing, and I drove by there a second ago, the Taco Deli on Burnett. They had the Hardee's truck there, and they were doing, I can't remember the details exactly, but I think you pay either $20 or $40, and they give you a box, and you basically can try to fit as much produce in there as you can.
Wow.
I thought that was pretty cool.
That's awesome, because that's one thing I keep looking at. I'm like, I mean, we've got some apples left. And I'm like, dread going to the grocery store. Nathan from this is kind of off subject, but like if anybody wants to go get food, I mean, for a service industry, 50% off Nathan Perlman's pies at Pizzeria Grata, and he brought over some of those. They not only are they just delicious anyway, but he brought over a couple and I threw them in the refrigerator. I mean, that's perfect. Like, apocalypse food. Throw it in the fridge, reheat it later. Very, very good pies, and he'll be there tomorrow. I told him I wasn't sure how this, order or the shelter in place was going to work. So I was like, "Hey, man, I think I need to come pick up some pizzas." And he's like, he's actually the one who informed me that the restaurants would still be going. So, yeah, like going in a circle, it is what we've been doing basically already. Besides you, Jason, you're a risky man.
Yeah, I'm a rebel.
You are a rebel. Yeah. Anything else, you guys? What else do we have going on here?
I did want to talk. I talked to a friend also, Philip over at Commodore, and he mentioned he is using these masks, the local kitchen aprons and leathercraft design company called Savellino.
Mm-hmm.
It's Savilino.
Savillino.com.
Savillino. And they're making masks. They're one size fits all. They're made with recycled hemp and cotton. It's a light canvas fabric. They're washable, durable, and they're available. They're going to be making them as long as needed. So they, now these aren't like necessarily, full on medical grade, but the idea you can have something covering your mouth, because I know, a lot of people are just using like bandanas if they don't have masks. So that's kind of cool that you have somebody at least producing some kind of equipment, protective equipment.
Yeah, sorry for all the dead air for anybody who's listening to this podcast, because we're on a delay, and I'm also reading these things that are coming in on Instagram. Sorry. Oh, jeez.
No worries.
Okay.
Oh, I see that post.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I was just looking up the Savellino. So are they still cooking? Are they still doing like to-go orders at Commodore?
I think so, but let me check real fast.
Because, man, just, be on top of the world, this last month. And then, this is, I looking at this Savellino. This is pretty cool. I'm just curious. So that's very cool, actually. All right, nice. And they actually look like nice mask.
Yeah, they're stylish.
They are stylish, right? That's what I mean. You wouldn't want to. You'd want to reuse that one.
Yeah. So as of right now, what I see on Commodore's page is that they are not open.
Right. Well, probably wise. I think I don't know the financial situation for most places, but like some, you can kind of piece it together. If it's a mom and pop shop, it's like, yes, stay open and try and make do with what you have for the time being. But if you're like one of those Fox concepts, when they just closed, I was like, yeah, because you've got the funds to just do that and be extremely safe. And the truth of the matter is, wow, I know that dude. On the Savellino website. Sorry. Just to be completely safe and do it. But like some people, we are playing with fire. Like during these times of closing, I don't know who's gonna be the people who just open back up like nothing ever happened. Nobody's gonna open up like nothing ever happened.
Really hard to open back up.
Exactly.
Who?
He just said people might. He was just finishing my sentence. There's some that might just not open back up, which is definitely true. I think some of those places will surprise us.
Yeah, I think so too.
People operate, no matter how successful a restaurant looks on the outside, the margins that they operate within are, you do something like this, what we're doing now, which is just insane, and they won't have the ability to open back up. But I've heard all kinds of stuff about you like the idea of the government stepping in to help, which I agree with, but has anybody looked at the fact that do you have car payments? Are you able to get those deferred? Because I'm slowly watching my bank account just how it does it all the time. It just depletes before your eyes. And I'm like, yeah, but this time when it does that, nothing's coming back into it soon. I am fortunate to have a pretty cool boss who treats me like his family. So he is trying to take care of me. And I actually have filed for unemployment. But I've never done that before, and I don't know how that works. I was able to successfully file for that, and then when they sent me a follow-up email, and again, I couldn't log on because the system was bogged down. So it's a kind of a clusterfuck as far as that goes. But
it's interesting. I actually have my wife's cousin works for Texas Workforce Commission, and they're hiring. They're trying to hire for due to all the unemployment claims, because they're getting bogged down, just like the grocery stores and all that stuff. So there's definitely they're getting overwhelmed. I think luckily unemployment is a good option for a lot of people, especially hourly employees. But it's not a ton of money. It's like we'll give you enough to survive, and that's it.
I feel like that's all they probably can do sometimes.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, go down a rabbit hole of what the hell this is. We've never seen this before, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I've been thinking about this a lot. It's like there's all this talk in the news about federal government, bailouts for companies and industries and all this stuff, and a lot of obviously partisan bickering on both sides about trying to get pass this bailout package. I think one of the things that's important to remember is, we really did have a pretty strong economy before all this happened. And so I hope, and that's all it is really, because I don't know a ton of what's the real deal. But I feel like there's still a lot of opportunity once people can get back to work. I think there's going to be a lot of enthusiasm to try to do, make things happen. And I think also I think that the business owners are going to be willing to change their business model to work in a new world, because it really is going to be very different moving forward.
Yeah.
Considering also that this, although we might get over this initial part of kind of just coming to grips with what this looks like, this is probably something that's going to be with us for at least the next couple of years. At least the next year for sure, if not the next two. There might be time. We might be able to get to a place where people can go back to work on a kind of some kind of restricted basis, but I think there might be a flare up. We might start working again. Maybe June, July, things kind of start getting back to normal. They ease up the restrictions, but they're going to be. I guarantee you, the health department's going to be super strict on coming in and making sure you're following all the guidelines. And then in October, November, we might see another flare up. It might pop up again. All of a sudden, people are getting sick.
Are you referring to that flare up because like the idea of the climate in the summer and where it disappears kind of in the warmer?
Yeah, for the most part. I'm basing it on that. Usually during the summer, people tend not to get as sick, but also just I think we're gonna, it's just hard to say for sure, but I think it's something that, again, like I said, it's going to affect us for a while.
Q, I'm glad you're saying that, because most people I talk to, they say this thing where like, when this passes or, when this is over, and I'm like, we've never done this, like this isn't, because I don't know. I mean, like, look at the last deal was the Spanish flu. I mean, what did they have to get back to? I mean, like we're doing all kinds of things today. I mean, like, it's going to be a good minute before things just bounce back to like quote unquote normal, or like get back to when we pass this. When we go, man, I don't remember the last time I felt affected by the corona, the COVID-19 situation. That'll be a while out. It's not foreseeable.
I think the new reality will probably be something like, you're going to see, any business is going to put more money into providing, janitorial services so that things are getting wiped down and cleaned down every day. There's going to be probably sanitizer like everywhere. People are going to be encouraged constantly to be sanitizing their hands, making sure they're washing their hands. Yeah. You'll probably see restrictions on if anybody comes to work sick, it's like immediately go home. Like
Eric Silverstein. Sorry.
Yeah.
Keep going. But Eric, I'd love for you to chime in anything you want us to read here out loud on the podcast. But continue, Q. Sorry. It's true though. What you're saying, all that stuff. Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I've been to processing facilities for like chicken and stuff when we were doing a lot of research for Fly-Right. And they have all kinds of protocols that before you go on the line, you gotta sanitize completely, put on a smock, put on head cover, maybe goggles, even sometimes maybe a mask,
right?
And then you step in like a little soap bath for your shoes, so you're not tracking in germs from outside. I mean,
that's all USDA approved and all that.
Exactly, and I don't know that that's going to be like in a restaurant necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know that.
But some of it, some of it. You know, it's going to be like as soon as you walk in, before you do anything or touch anything, and you walk in a kitchen, it's going to be like mandatory. It's going to be drilled into our heads.
Yeah, man. It's funny when you were saying that. I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. But like, we don't know. You're absolutely right. Yeah. I mean, already, I realized how many times. I mean, I'm washing my hands all the time now, and then I'm making my daughter do it, and I realize how. I don't know how often I don't wash my hands, I guess, now that I'm doing it all the time. But you just realize now that you're aware, like when I went out to Costco, I realized, or I went to the gas station, right? You got to fill up, end of days, all this stuff. ATX vegans, hello. Still got to do the cast. But you realize how much you do. Just that pump is filthy. You go in. I love how everything we do ends with, put your card in the thing and use the machine that everybody's come here and touched. Like you've been safe all the way up until this point. So if you can, Apple Pay for days or whatever it is.
Right.
Yeah. It's going to be eye-opening for when we come out on the other side of this. But like I said, I don't like saying come out on the other side of this because I don't know when that'll be. In fact, I don't think there is another side of this. This will change everything for all like my daughter's generation. She's 6. All the younger kids in high school and whatnot. I mean, this is some serious stuff going down.
Yeah, I mean, this is history in the making. This is something that's unprecedented. It's never been seen before, and I mean, at least not in this day and age, right? I mean, I think luckily we are in a time in history that we have access to, communication, almost instant communication from, the health authorities, from our government, and with each other. So that's a good thing. That's an awesome thing. And I think also the fact that, they are really good at it nowadays. Hopefully that's going to be the next step. That's where I think we might get back to some sort of normal, is when we can develop some kind of vaccine. Oh yeah. That can address this. And it might be a thing where it's like the flu, where it's like every year you got to get your coronavirus vaccine. Right. Come September, you're gonna have to get it. It's gonna be a little bit of a mutated strain or something, and so you're gonna have to get a new one every year, and you still might get it.
I mean, we're kind of in the shitter right now as far as the U.S., but it is good to see that China's, whatever they're saying over there is that they're starting to see a decline in all of this, and they're trying to use like blood of patients and whatnot to develop a vaccine and whatnot, which is all great news. I mean, and if it runs its course like that, just keep in mind that this was discovered in December, 2019. Yeah. And, we're here in March. So in the grand scheme of things, that's not that long, but, we just started seeing this 2-3 weeks ago, like really, really started seeing it,
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you look at the map of the U.S. with the places that have it and the amount of people, I mean, Texas is huge. We're in one of the states with over 400 cases, but we have a lot of large cities. I mean, we've got Dallas. Dallas was doing the shelter in place already, right? They've been doing that.
I think they just started Sunday night, so we're a couple days behind them. But I was reading earlier. Yeah. I think all the major urban centers in Texas are going to do it: San Antonio, Dallas, Houston, Fort Worth, El Paso, Austin.
You said it's Sunday. I have to look. I have to look and see what day it is now. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I'm totally saying.
I'm trying to embrace the just be at home kind of thing and stay positive about it. And so far, so good. But it does feel very weird waking up every morning and just going, all right, I'm gonna hop on the computer with some coffee again. And I mean, I've been keeping busy, but like I said, it is a bizarre thing. So Jason, what are you up to, man, these days? You were doing the food truck consulting, right?
Yeah, I was doing that for a while in regular restaurant consulting. Right now, I have nothing. But I was blessed last year and the year before, so I'm not really struggling for anything. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of give free advice to people who ask, I guess.
Say that again, because the connection's a little finicky.
Yeah, we're on the highway. I'm really doing nothing right now. Like, that's why I came to Florida.
Nice.
Yeah, I was lucky enough not to have any issues financially right now, so I'm just kind of.
Well, that's good. Did you keep up with the culinary folks? You know, I'm sure you did, right? Of course. Silly question. Sorry.
Say it again.
I asked if you kept up with the folks, but it's a silly question because, of course, these are our people. So I know you kept up with people. Well, that's good.
Yeah, no, there's people that I worked with before that I'm in contact with almost every day. I'm trying to figure out new ways for them to generate income and how to take care of their employees.
Right. Well, good. I know. Is that cilantro?
Say what?
Is that cilantro?
No. So right now I'm talking to about 10 restaurants and food trucks right now that I'm not really working with, but just giving advice on what to do.
Yeah.
Jay has a handle on everything. Jay's probably the best person I'm also going to talk to about what to do now.
You are meeting Q in a very weird way, but Q is in a similar position as yourself. Although he was just at working with SouthBites, not past tense. Still, yes, Q, kinda.
Yeah. I mean, right now I'm just kind of on furlough. I mean, but yeah, I'm a consultant, so I thought that was kind of my main gig. I'm just kind of hanging out. I do have a couple other projects that are obviously also suspended at the moment.
Everything.
Yeah, it's just like I'm just there, you know. But I'm kind of in the same boat you are. You know, I'm doing okay for the time being, and I'm super grateful for that. And my wife's a teacher, so she's good. It's just, but it's scary. It's scary for everybody, and I think that's what kind of gets me the most is just like the not knowing. Because I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, don't really have anything to do. But
that's why I came to Florida.
Yeah.
So I just gonna sit here and. But I appreciate this. This is a good opportunity. I think just getting together and talking to industry people, and really just. Bouncing ideas off each other, I think, is a good thing, and hopefully, maybe we can do something. I'm definitely at this point because I know people don't necessarily have the funds to pay for. They're taking care of their full-time staff. They're not trying to pay for consultants right now. I'm going to try to do what I can to just work with them on a pro bono basis and just be like, one, for my own sanity, I can't stand to not work. And then two, just, I'm going to probably keep on doing some work on SouthBites just to see what I can do to make things better when we do get a chance to come back. We're in a good position there because we were able to talk to our landlord and they don't have to pay rent for a while. So that's good. But a lot of businesses aren't there. A lot of businesses don't have that opportunity. So
and there is,
I'm just here to help.
I want to. So Casey, maybe you can help answer this. Is he? Because I think Casey is doing such a good job as being active at like finding things for people to do. He always is, but in a time like this. But that's like in a private group. I mean, because I feel like I've been. Like I said, with the kid and whatnot, I feel like I'm not actually fulfilling. I'm not getting on the pity pot. I'm just saying that. What's up, Chef Nathan? I feel like I am not, living up to the potential of what the kind of information we could be putting out there. And you guys are definitely bringing things to the table, but I need to do this. So the things I've got going on, I talked to Eric Silverstein from Peach Tortilla. He's going to come on a phone via phone call sometime later this week. Chef Janelle Reynolds, who is a sweetheart of a person, she's going to hop on with a couple of her team, her core team, basically. And I've told everybody, you guys can call in whenever you want. Ashley mentioned that. He mentioned that on this live feed. I'm gonna hold him to that. He's got plenty plenty to talk about, and I'm sure because he's at US Foods now. So, and who else? And anybody who's been on the cast, Joe Zucrell, we were supposed to do the year podcast because the year for the cast is April 4th, I think. But he wants to come, but I think it's not going to be a thing. Like, oh, where are you going, sir? Oh, I'm going to do a podcast. No, go back home, you know. So he might be calling in as well, which so that's something that's coming up. And really, I know that we talk about a lot of the stuff that's going on, but when we do get to talk to Joe, I hope him and I just kind of shoot the shit because, you know, it was cool to have Nathan from Pizzeria Grada's podcast come out on yesterday, and it has nothing to do with the coronavirus. And it's just kind of like, it's kind of not, it's like watching an old movie. You throw it on, and it's kind of nice to not be talking about this, you know?
For sure.
Yeah. So those are the things I'm working on, but like I would love to compile like a list. Like I know we had those places like Core and the BEAP for the bartenders, and then the Southern Smoke, wherever else, and then of course file for unemployment if you don't have a job right now. But that's the best I've got for useful, viable information that you can get on and like do something productive with. Other than that, we just want to provide. And then Q, you've got plenty. Jason, you put together that list. That'll be great to hear. Miriam, we should get Miriam on one of these. Q.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to send her a message right now and ask her to hop on at some point. I mean, I'd do it right now if it were no problem, but I'll let her know.
No, yeah, and it really got
kind of list together. I'll reach out to you.
Yeah, we're getting part of that. So I think you said you're going to put that list together and send it to me. I guess this is what happens when like there's. Yeah, go ahead. We're trying. Bear with us. We got a horrible connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Q, you're still there, going strong, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, that's what happens when you fly off to Florida. Kids, take advice here. No, Jason, I appreciate you very much and what you do, but yes, put together that list and we'll have you call back in, or we can just read it off. But that would be cool to know. I know Brooklyn Breakfast Shop, all these food trucks that are going strong. I think that's pretty cool. You know.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, put it together and let us know.
Cool.
Okay. So yeah, we're this the sound. You know me. All I'm thinking about is how this sounds. Q, you got anything else we should put out in the world right now besides good vibes? And
I don't think I have anything right now. I'm going to keep trying to see if I can work and put something together. So just maybe I'll partner up with some of these people that are already doing stuff. But I definitely know that I want to help connect people to give them a way to donate and help out the service industry.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep away at that.
Okay. Yes, do that. Q, you'll probably be on the next one of these. If you're listening just to the pure audio after the fact, excuse us. But I'll try and push this like a day in advance that we're going live on Instagram so people can actually chime in with things. And yeah, I want to hear from some of the restaurants that are still cooking and doing to-go orders, like Eric from the Peach Tortilla. Whoever, Fly Right. I mean, they're over there. How's Dallas doing?
They're doing pretty good.
I bet they are. You know, fuck. They were already doing fucking they were Corona proof. They had the beer and the fucking chicken drive-through.
There you go. Yeah, I mean, basically they just had to close their dining area, but it looks like they're, you know, the community is really reaching out to support them, and that's great. Super happy for them. I talk to Dallas all the time, and he's a dear friend. So
good.
I'm gonna do what I can to help them out if they need me. But they're doing good. They're in a good position. And you know, I wish them the best.
Definitely. Q, I am intrigued by this with Miriam. You and I, we should set that up for like tomorrow or something.
Oh, for sure, dude. Like, let me know.
Yeah, I'll and my daughter. Round of applause for my daughter in the other room. How can I reach out to the gentleman on the screen? Well, that's Q. He'll be in the. I'll tag him in a picture shortly after this podcast. But that's I think his Instagram handle is what? There you go. Hi, Q. There you go. Just click him. Click him. Send him. Don't send him anything naughty, sir. Be productive.
Yeah, message me, Skankin. Message me.
Yeah, Jason, I got you. Jason's texting me that he's losing me. It's all good. We tried, but we love you. Stay strong, everybody. Q, thank you for doing these. More to come. CoronaCast, Quattro. You guys be good.
Peace.
Peace. Bye, Jason. All right, gentlemen.